Hello, welcome again, SHSAT Math Maintenance. Today we're doing a number line problem. Now, this is a problem that I see on a lot of practice tests or in a lot of practice books. Now, even if a number line problem exactly like this doesn't show up, it's again just good practice in rational numbers, adding, knowing where they are in the number line, all that fun stuff. So I hope that you were able to give this problem a try in the Google Doc right here. And if you did, it is so awesome that you are joining me right now for the solution because you want to know how I solved it, to see if you did it right, to see if we did it in a similar way. Maybe you solved it in a different way, and that is totally fine. So let us take a look right now. Okay, so what we have here is A, B, C, and D are equally spaced on a number line respectively. So that just means in this case that the points A, B, C, and D go in order the way that they come up in this question. A, B, C, and D. Point A is at -5. And then D is at 9. Okay, so -5 and 9, those numbers aren't like crazy big. So if they were really big, I'd probably just do a little sketch of the number line, but I can actually just make a 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, and then I'm going to count 9 to the right just to also put D on my number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here is D, and this is at 9. Okay, so here's the deal. These points, A, B, C, and D, are all equally spaced away. So then we want to know where C is. So what we're going to want to do is figure out the total distance between A and D, and then we want to kind of divide that total distance into 3 equal spaces, because if there are 4 letters, if there are 4 stops, there are 3 spaces. Okay, so with that being said, I can tell that from A to D, I have a total distance of 14, right? -5 to 0, that's 5, and then 0 to 9, that is 9. So 5 plus 9 is 14. And like I said, these are going to be in 3 different sections. And if you think about it, like B is going to be somewhere here. Let's say I don't really know exactly yet, but I can see I've got the section from A to B, I've got a section from B to C, and then I've got a section from C to D. So I'm actually going to do some long division. 3 fits into 14 4 times. Bring down the 2. That means 4 2/3 is the distance between each section. So not a super friendly number, but listen, we can deal with this. We can work with 4 2/3. So this is the distance between each number or letter, however you want to think about it, right? So what I would probably do is I'm going to go from the left over because I want to think about adding. So I know that there's 4 2/3 of a distance away from -5. Okay, so if I was to count 4 away, I would be at -1, right? This is a distance of 4. -5 to -1 is 4. I've got to go another 2/3. So where does that wind me up for B? B is equal to -1/3. -1/3 would mean that there's 2/3 to get to -1 and then another 4 to get back to A. So B is at -1/3 and it's asking me for C. So -1/3 is not going to be our answer. Then what we need to do is we need to make another jump of 4 2/3 to get to the next point, which will be our answer. So what I'm going to do is if I know this is 1/3, I'm going to make a little jump here. That's 1/3. Then I'm going to make a jump of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then since I've already gone 1/3 here, I just need to move 1/3 over So that actually brings me to the point 4 1/3, which is my answer. That is where C is. Now, what I would also think to myself is, what is the distance between 4 1/3 to 9? Is it the 4 2/3 that we need? And it is, because think about it. 4 1/3, you jump to the next hole. That's 2/3. So when you're at 5, you got another 4 to go, 4 2/3. So we want to just make sure all of these things match. Hopefully, if a question similar like this came up on the SHSAT, maybe they would give you whole number intervals or maybe like halves. That might make it a little bit easier. But I wanted you to know that you can work with numbers like this. I like thinking about complements to numbers. So if 2/3 is the part, I need 1/3 to get to the whole. 2/3 and 1/3, we'd say they complement each other because they bring us to the next whole. So think about that the next time you are working with fractions, number lines, all that. If you have any questions, please let me know, and have a great weekend if you are actually watching this on Friday. Otherwise, if you're not watching on a Friday, that's totally cool. I hope you have a great day as well.